What is tempo? Someone explain.
Yep.
What's control also? What's going on in this match? I don't know. Wooded Foothills correct. Basic Forest. Crazy Carl says Dave Kaplan is tempo. You know, you're right.
Noble Hierarch. Sure.
Noble Hierarch is in. Andy says Golgari mid-range versus Dimir mid-range. Yeah. Been seeing these Cradle decks on stream recently. Dimir Tempo, obviously a top deck in this current format. Scalding Tarn for Dave. Underground Sea.
Yeah, that was my 2025 project. Yes, sir.
And a turn one ponder. Exciting.
Straight.
All right, passing it back to Yosef. These Cradle decks can do some crazy things. Dave will have to be careful. Usually have a Green Sun Zenith package. Some green Hate Bears. And then a bunch of really powerful green creatures. You saw Scythecat Cub a lot on stream recently. Green Sun Zenith X is 2. And it gets dazed. All right. Well. It might have been getting the Cub. Good idea to daze that. In my opinion. There's Nethergoyf. This card's been pretty good in Legacy, I'd say. It's one of the cards that, at least in my opinion, from Modern Horizons 3, exactly the right power level for Legacy. Good gameplay, interesting abilities, a nostalgic aspect to it being a Lurgoyf with the Lurgoyf, I don't know, lore. Force pitching Delver on a Grist. So far in this game, Yosef just throwing threats on the board, and Dave has been able to fight them off, but already used a Daze, already used a Force. Yosef still has a couple of cards in hand. I think you could kind of see already if Dave didn't have the Daze and or Force, Dave would be way behind in this game. Dave's deck also runs removal, which can save him in some situations, but Grist is so hard to beat. So it was a really big moment in this game so far that Grist was countered. Another Nethergoy for Dave. The tempo deck doing what it does so far in this game. Counter the important stuff, get threats on the board, start attacking. Filter a bit. Yosef's going to search for a Dryad Arbor. That could make a Gaia's Cradle a little bit better.
3 cards? Yeah.
Anybody watching have any favorite cards from the past 365 days they'd like to share with the class? Any cards that speak to you, make you feel good, excite you, entertain you? Stock up Cosmogoyf. We haven't seen Cosmogoyf on stream yet. There's Scythecat Cub. Starfield Shepherd. J25 says sewing Myco Spawn. Listen. Don't mention the Mika Spawn around these legacy players. They get really upset. For several months I had to listen to what about the Mika Spawn at FNM. Mika Spawn's ruining everything. I lost 3 rounds in a row. I lost 3 rounds in a row to the Mika Spawn. What about the frog? Oh, it's all so exhausting. Mr. Bip says my control deck isn't viable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What about Cradle control?
Spellbomb?
Here's Nile Spellbomb.
Yeah. How many cards in there? 2.
2 cards in hand for Yosef. Its comma is Yosef in the chat. Wow.
And sorcery. 3.
So Scythecat Cub currently has 2 +1/+1 counters on it. If it doubles again, I think you could imagine how much damage this thing can do. J25 pointing out control decks are at the top of the meta now that it's gone. Yeah, once the Mika Spawn was gone, control was tier 1, J25.
Try to cast another.
Endurance. Pretty good card against the Netherglyphs. They only count their owner's graveyard, controller's graveyard.
It was like a plate deck when you
Crack Spellbomb and pay a black to draw a card. Yes, sir.
yeah.
Okay, drawing a card off the Nile Spellbomb. Endurance is a pretty big problem for Dave. Now a Brainstorm. Might be desperately trying to save these Netherglyphs right now. If Endurance resolves, gets rid of Dave's graveyard, and we go to blocks, could be game winning for Yosef, in my opinion. Days on the Endurance. Well, Dave's still alive. Kama says this was heartbreaking. I've been there. I've been there. You think you got them with the Endurance, but they daze it. What about the play pattern of your Endurance getting dazed, chat?
I'll take it. 8.
All right, no blocks. Take 8. Not going to lose the Cub in combat as a chump blocker. Dave's at 18. Yosef at 5. 2, 4 power Netherglyphs on the other side. If the Cub is able to grow, it could potentially profitably block a Netherglyph, but we are worried about Dave finding fatal pushes and stuff like that. The Dryad Arbor and Noble Hierarch, of course, could chump block if needed. That's not really where you want to be. I look like a Gaia's Cradle. It would make 3 mana here. Green Sun X is 2. What are we looking for this time? I guess it could just be another Cub. I'm trying to think if there's anything else worth. I guess if you get the Raccoon, can we Raccoon plus? Yeah, I think the Raccoon is a great call here with Cradle in hand. That could completely shut down these Netherglyphs.
Power creep on that compared to Ooze is just so insane. Yeah, it's just 7/7 trample. What's where's that?
Power creep. Okay, putting a counter on the Cub. Cub's now a 5/5.
6 because of Exalted.
All right. Attacking with the Scythe Cat Cub.
Figured I was not going to play with the skater out.
Shit, should have done it.
Murktide Regent. There it is, everybody.
My brain is turned off for today.
This card is basically Ancestral Recall.
Did you have after I had passed it? Two, three.
Dave's been playing Tempo for most of the time that I know him in Legacy. Was pointing out the power creep on the Raccoon. Let's forget for a moment that Magic has mostly shifted over to being a 4-player game and some power creep needed to happen. Let's just ignore that. But Scavenging Ooze just wasn't doing it, and I think the Raccoon has been an excellent addition to Legacy, giving these Green Sun Zenith decks a real chance against graveyard decks of all kinds. The Raccoon is great. I love this Raccoon. Thank you, Wizards, for the Raccoon. We appreciate it. Here on 90s MTG, we believe in the Raccoon.
So 2 types so far.
All right, graveyard hit here by the Raccoon.
No, I just want to see graveyards. So I have 2 types. This would be a 3rd type.
All right, with the Raccoon here, you only really need to track one of each type. You don't need a giant stack of cards exiled under it. Once you hit 4 types, the Raccoon is, I was going to say turned on, but it is, it's a 7/7 trampler.
I made a huge mistake. I took this He's just okay, so he scales it up by one. Okay.
Potentially the Raccoon becoming a 7/7 trampler. Well, yeah, all right. The Murktide wins Dave the game. Game 1 goes to Dimir.
I don't know why I don't do that. Yeah, we'll try this.
All right, Yosef will be on the play here for Game 2. If you're rooting for Zenith, you're hoping for a quick... All right, 1 card on the bottom for Yosef. You're hoping for a quick 3-mana play with some ramp. All right, Noble Hierarch on turn 1, got there. All right, well, turn 1 Thoughtseize from Kaplan. Green Sun Zenith, Elvish Reclaimer, Noble Hierarch. All right, 2 copies of Zenith. No second land is awkward. Well, that's what I was saying. We're hoping for a fast turn 3-mana play. It doesn't look like without drawing a land that will be a possibility here. If Yosef draws a land, though, Zenith X's 2, find potentially a Cub, and be in business. Otherwise, we're dropping another Ignoble Hierarch and Elvish Reclaimer, probably. We'll have to see how this goes. Maybe Kaplan takes the Reclaimer here, though. Taking the Ignoble Hierarch makes sense as well. So Zenith. Elvish Reclaimer was the hand. If you're rooting for Yosef, you're hoping Yosef drew a land. It doesn't look like that happened, though. I think that sigh tells us it didn't happen. With these Zenith decks, sometimes you got to take risk, keep hands that have turn 1 plays, which are usually ramp. Against the Tempo deck, you do have a little bit of time. You know, you're not against Doomsday or something. There's a Reclaimer.
Yep.
All right, Green Sun X is 0 with a Zenith left in hand. I like that play as well. Make a Dryad Arbor. Potentially drawing a Gaia's Cradle will be a little bit better. Definitely 3 mana for the following turn. Assuming none of these creatures get killed. Not bad. 3 mana is the sweet spot for an early turn. Grist, and another Thoughtseize. All right, so we're going to have another card ripped out of hand here, potentially. Yosef found a Cub. The Zenith will be taken. Wasteland on the Dryad Arbor, that hurts a bit.
Good.
Having Reclaimer on here is fine, but meh. I guess Yosef didn't draw a land again. Otherwise, it would be pretty much Cub land drop. Unless we're considering what we could find with Reclaimer. Doesn't seem important to have Reclaimer live for now. All right, there is the Scythecat Cub. We were talking about on a recent stream how this card took quite a while to catch on Legacy, and now it's basically in all the Zenith decks. Seeing a lot of cats on stream recently. A lot of cats in the deck list dumps on the various sites. The Cub is a Legacy staple, it's safe to say at this point. Bullmaster killed a Noble Hierarch. It's kind of annoying. Yosef needs land. Well, it's a land, technically. Dryad Arbor is in.
Sure.
Ooh, Sylvan Safekeeper is pretty good here. That was actually really good. That was a really good draw. Protect this cat. Next turn, having Reclaimer plus Sylvan Safekeeper, this cat might go all the way. Kaplan needs an 8/8 Murktide ASAP.
One of the light creature variants for a while was referred to as full color low because RPG melee activity safe to destroy the
You have one land, the Dryad Arbor. One land in the group, yes.
It's comma in the chat saying all my eggs with one cat. That's Yosef. Yeah, I mean, the cat has become the focus for a lot of these Zenith decks right now. The cat is getting people across the finish line. All over Legacy. I'm a fan of the cat. And if you're looking for proof of what I've been saying, like Legacy evolves at such a glacial pace. It takes so long for things to catch on. It takes so long for people to like give new cards a try that they're not familiar with, that haven't been proven. Scythecat Cub is a perfect example of that. In recent months too, Voice of Victory took some time. Now I'm seeing Voice of Victory in a lot of lists recently. What are some other examples of cards that took a long time? Malevolent Rumble is another one. Took quite a while to catch on. Dave in the middle of resolving this brainstorm.
Sorry, this was. That's fine.
Is there a like talent?
trigger. Not filled with error. And probably be sober up for
With Brainstorm, with Thoughtseize, with Sylvan Safekeeper, with Noble Hierarch, some of these older cards in Magic 2. You know, there's a lot of discussion these days about power creep and in the Legacy format. Specifically, that's another Nethergoyf. And I guess I started to think about it over time, over the long term. Like, you know, they're playing some music for us, you know? Like, the notes go up, the notes go down. They get higher, they get lower. Heavier, softer. Power level goes up, it goes down. I don't know. Chartwin, thank you for the Tier 3 gifted sub. Thank you, Chartwin. Appreciate that. Tier 3 subs, everybody. Become a community leader on 90s MTG, especially in our Discord with a Tier 3 sub. Attacking with this cub. It's currently a 3-3. Reclaimer could find a land. Kaplan with a Delver, Nethergoyf, Orc Army, and Bowmaster. Yosef basically saying right now, I dare you.
Pretty degenerate. Who is the finalist? Oh, sorry.
Kaplan's at 9.
Which is engine inside.
Reclaimer the line comes to play tapped.
I was very happy to have this set. But
Would you like me to pull up architecture? No, it's okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, Reclaimer finds lands and puts them into play tapped. If Talon Gates of Madara is found, it could affect combat math quite a bit.
Because the odds of having
Activate Reclaimer. Second.
I basically think it's like
Yeah, Bajuka Bog also potentially nice. And Bajuka Bog will be the choice.
Target you. Trigger. And then
So the cat becomes a 4/4 trampler here.
0/1, and they're all ones. So yeah, kill everything, trample over for 1.
That was not a great block, I guess. What should Kaplan have done there? Here's a ponder. Delver didn't flip, too. Kaplan's at 8. Cat currently 4/4. A fetch land off the top could potentially be game-winning for Yosef. We have the Reclaimer tapped at the moment, but the Safekeeper is still available to give the cat Shroud.
I think most people
Okay, now Spellbomb doesn't do a whole lot at the moment. Exile Yosef's Graveyard, it's not that important. Draws a card.
I'll give this X. Or Shroud. Yeah.
Alright, Wasteland on the Bug, shuts off Reclaimer for now. Ooh, Yosef found the fetch. And that is the game. Game 2 goes to Yosef. Well played.
This is standard. God. I was very young. Hanging out adventures. Urza standard. Yeah, I was not expecting you to start that off.
Crop rotation, of course, you can get Goddess Cradle. But more importantly, in the Green Mirror, it got Yavimai Hollow to regenerate your creatures. And if your opponent wasn't familiar, that was pretty good.
All right, Dave will be on the play here for Game 3. Looks like 2 cards are about to go on the bottom for Yosef. A Multi 5. A Fetch for Kaplan. Delver on turn 1.
But the thing that is interesting is the reason it's so
All right, there it is. Turn 1 mana creature. Turn 2, 3 mana. Do something exciting. If you're rooting for Yosef, that's what you want.
Sure.
All right, Force of Will on top of the deck. That's pretty good. Insect Collaboration will attack this time. Follow up with a Fatal Push. Great start to this game for Kaplan. If you're the Cradle control player, you want that second turn 3 mana play, but Kaplan shut that off now. Tempo.
Yes.
Yosef finds a Bayou and passes the turn. Interesting. Undercity Sewer Surveil. All right, Force of Will dumped into the yard. Not feeling like we need a Force of Will. Abrupt Decay on the Aberration. It's pretty good for Yosef. I've been playing some Abrupt Decays in Legacy recently. Card feels pretty good right now. Killing Tamios and all that. Killing Cutters. Once upon a time. You're supposed to play it as your first spell of the game, Yosef. What a punt.
You guys get upset about it. It's whatever.
All right, here's a Forest. Sylvan Safekeeper, okay. Shildred's Edict, pretty good there.
Make it a topic of discussion. They look at things in such a black and white.
Well, now Yosef has 3 mana. Yeah, the late game Once Upon a Times can definitely feel a little bit underwhelming.
Or was it somebody that...
Ooh, there's Baragorf. That card is great in 2025 Legacy. Endurance.
Instant land creatures. Yeah.
So if Endurance resolves, it looks like the Baragorf will become 3 power. Currently it's 4 power, I believe.
Yep.
Maybe, someone swaps out 4 cards and writes 4 cards.
That'll shut off Murktide for the moment. Endurance not bad here.
My immediate reaction to the deck, honestly, was like just cut the deck and go like I got cat, mushroom, like that, but also has small power. And the hatch, that attack. But the whole gap is like, alright, you're transforming. Yeah. It's so super. With no.
3 cards in Yosef's hand. Can't attack into this Baragorf yet, it seems. It has 3 power. Death Touch, Lifelink.
Yeah, the climber is good for, you were trying to exact the hatchery. So you force the...
If Yosef has another Endurance, it could make things interesting potentially, but I don't know. Or the Raccoon. We were talking about the Raccoon before. Elvish Reclaimer. Okay.
Oh, Carlos Research? Yeah. But something like that. That card seems so...
Ooh, White of the Reliquary. It's getting forced, though. Force pitching force on the white.
Yeah. Yeah, at first I thought they were like the Grissom.
You have how many lands?
Just one land in the graveyard.
That's really
Bad form, usually. If you want to learn stuff from
not only that, it's also like you have a vested interest in getting your piece higher.
Yeah.
Attacking with the Barrowglyph. As most of you know, not blocking the Barrowglyph can allow it to grow stronger and give your opponent some card advantage. Looks like Endurance is offering a block.
Sure.
Game 3.
Yep.
Endurance chump blocks. Barrowglyph lives.
Green Sun Zenith.
Thoughtseize takes a Green Sun Zenith. Things are going pretty well here for Kaplan.
I will pay 2 and 2 life. Dismember.
Got it.
And a Dismember for the Claimer. Yosef with just 3 lands in play, no cards in hand before the draw step. Not ideal. Lair of the Hydra past the turn.
Alright, so there's a sorcery now?
Sorcery,
Sorcery creature.
All right, Barrowglyph attacks for 4. Gets through. No creatures found. Barrowglyph in these Dimir tempo decks are a little bit worse at finding a creature than in some of the decks I've been playing with Barrowglyph, but that mill ability still can be pretty gross. Ooh, there's the raccoon. Does it resolve? Things are getting exciting, chat. Wake up.
Go ahead. So rude.
Go for the throat goes right after the raccoon, and I agree with Yosef. That's pretty rude.
No creatures in there. No creatures. Can't even take you off with creatures. 1 sorcery or 2? Just one. Just one. I'll exile your sorcery and my sorcery.
All right, raccoon's going to do a little bit of cleaning before it hits the trash. No cards in hand for Yosef. No creatures in play. Not ideal. Barrowglyph moves in. Mills a now Spellbomb. That'll grow it. Finds a Brazen Borrower, which is not bad at all. Playing these Zenith decks for the past year or so, also the black removal spells are just so good against you. Shieldred's Edict even like gets rid of Grist sometimes. The black removal spells are really good against your deck. Talon Gate's gonna phase out the Barrowglyph.
You can flash it in if you pay 4.
Yep. Put in
And
play and it
phases
phases out.
creature. Yep. Guess I'll respond.
Brainstorm happening here for Kaplan. Talon Gates of Madara is a gate. What other gate is seeing a lot of play in Legacy chat? Does anybody know?
1, 2, 3.
Let's see how knowledgeable we have. The people we have here. Here's Murktide Regent. And Richard and Pizza got it immediately. Planner Nexus. Planner Nexus, the right answer. Well, at 9 life, Barrowglyph plus Murktide. No cards in hand for Yosef. Just a lair of the Hydra on the battlefield, which looks prepared to make a sad chump block. Not even Gris could do it off the top here.
Trying to make it a creature. I think it says non-land. Oh, it is a land.
It is a land. Good catch by Yosef. Cannot petty theft it.
I have artifact, land, instant. You have creature? Creature, yeah. Instant, creature, land. So that's 4.
All right, the lair will die in combat. Yosef will drop to 1 life, it looks like.
And off the top.
What does Yosef need? Going through the motions here, I think Kaplan's going to potentially swing for lethal. Bowmaster instead. GG's. Dimir tempo, everybody. Dave gets the match.